Hey, Dawson,
Yeah, Rosemary?
last week, why did you ask me about New Year's resolutions in late February?
My clock is off.
By 2 months?
Okay? I'm a big boy. I can admit that it's an old clock, but it's got character, Personality.
It's a clock.
Yeah, but this is an old clock. Like, this clock has seen things.
Dawson, it's a clock.
But that's just the thing. It's not. It's so much more than that. This clock has been through so much love, heartbreak, war, plague, tyranny, revolution. It's lived a long life. It deserves some leeway, I think.
Let's just cut to the intro.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Real Deal, Ball State's premier entertainment news network. I'm your host, Dawson.
And I'm your better host, Rosemary.
Why do you choose to do the things you do?
What do you mean?
Okay, that's not what the teleprompter said.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Wanna bet?
Rosemary, we're in college. Neither of us have money to bet with. And anyway, it would be pointless. I have glasses. That means I see better than you. So I know that's not what it said. And I'm far too chivalrous to take such an unfair bet.
First off, that is not what having glasses means. If anything, it means your eyesight is worse than mine and you need those glasses to make up for it. And secondly, you are not chivalrous. You attempted to alter American history and hit me in the head with a rock, like a month ago.
Wait, that's not what glasses do? But my mommy said getting glasses was my reward for having such perfect eyesight. She said it would give me super eyesight. Are you saying my mommy lied to me?
Okay, while I unpack all of that, let's cut to the first segment, shall we?
What's up, fellas? It's me, Isaac. I'm here with you today for my third ever segment of Real Deal. And for my third ever segment on Real Deal, I'm going to be talking about Ari Aster's third ever movie, Beau is Afraid. Without giving away too much, Beau is Afraid is a psychological thriller comedy about a middle-aged man trying to visit his mom. If you don't know, Ari Aster is the mind behind Hereditary and Midsommar, aka a Taylor Swift song, as a horror movie. Now, with this being his newest movie, I'm surprised not a lot of people talk about it, or did talk about it when it came out, especially considering how popular his previous films have been. I think that's kind of a shame because I believe this to be his best work yet. It takes you on a terrifying odyssey where Beau, the main character, is faced with his biggest anxieties. Anxieties that can feel taboo to talk about are explored in depth in this movie. The film covers a lot of different forms of anxieties, from depression to family trauma. It's those anxieties and those negative thoughts that serve as Beau's demons in this 5 out of 5 masterpiece of a movie. Plus, don't watch this with your mom.
Huh. My mommy did lie to me.
Please stop referring to her like that while on television.
Did she lie about anything else? Is Santa Claus even real?
Are you an idiot, Dawson? Of course Santa Claus is real.
Hey, don't call me an idiot. I'm good at a lot of things.
Like what?
Circus acts.
Oh boy.
I'm serious. I know we touched on it last week, but I really think I can become a flea by 2028. And when I'll become the star of the circus. Those clowns are going down. Just imagine it now, Rosemary. You doing sweet DMX tricks in front of bored middle-class Americans that couldn't afford movie tickets. Me starring in a live-action adaptation of A Bug's Life. What could go wrong?
You know, you have a good point. Let's play the second segment while you tell me more about this vision that you have.
I'm telling you, Rosemary, it's foolproof. The science is there. This will be the greatest scientific breakthrough since the splitting of the atom.
I bet. But, Dawson, how is the audience going to see you if you're a flea?
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Oh, what if they had, like, a giant magnifying glass?
We could, but isn't that kind of impractical?
Do you exist solely to shoot down my ideas?
No, I have other purposes. And besides, I think this flea idea is genuinely good. We just need a better way to get everyone to see you in flea form.
What if, and hear me out, instead of one big magnifying glass, we give everyone a small magnifying glass when they enter for the show?
That could work. The only problem I see is that people's arms will get tired after a while.
I got it. Let's attach the magnifying glasses to their heads, but they're still removable. And they can balance on our ears and the bridges of our noses. Kind of like...
Glasses?
Huh. Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, well, how about we cut to segment 3 while I make a call to my optometrist about getting enough glasses to fill a circus crowd.
You do that.
Love is Blind has just dropped another season on Netflix. It is another one of those reality TV shows where people who are looking for love are completely isolated from the outside world and goes on so-called dates with other contestants in pods. Contestants are unable to see who they are dating but can only communicate with one another through a wall. The overall goal of the show is to get engaged before ever seeing one another in person, and you will only have 40 days until your wedding day. Through the course of the engagement, the couples will go on vacation, will be forced to live with one another, and will have the chance of meeting each other's friends and families for the first time. The real pressure for most couples is when it comes time for the wedding. The last episode of each season is a reunion episode which takes place 1 year after the weddings. If you ask me, the newest season of Love is Blind is one of the better seasons that they have had. The best season definitely is season 1, but if you're looking for the drama and all the jaw-dropping moments, Love is Blind season 2 is definitely for you.
Okay, so turns out prescription glasses are expensive. Like, more expensive than you think a 1x1 inch square of heated sand should be.
I believe the locals call it the negative effects of late-stage capitalism on the economic prosperity of modern American healthcare.
Really? That's what they call it.
I don't know. I just read what's on the teleprompter. Like, for instance, and this is just coming off the top of my head, when the teleprompter says that I'm a better host, I introduce myself as the better host.
Let's just go to the final words and figure out the circus thing next week.
Recently, I've been enjoying some new podcasts, and I'm not going to pretend like I don't find all of them from TikTok. The one I've been listening to the most is the Canceled podcast, hosted by Tana Mojo and Brooke Schofield. The two influencers are also best friends and use their podcast to talk about everything dramatic that goes on within their friendships, relationships, and most importantly, failed friendships and relationships. Tana is notoriously the wild one, as she has been on YouTube since 2015 with a very fair share of scandals, hence the name of the podcast, Canceled. The hosts have said that the name of the podcast is super helpful because when someone looks up Tana Mojo Canceled, all that comes up is their super successful show and not her failed convention or the countless poorly hosted award shows. There's something almost beautiful about someone who has been canceled so many times that it doesn't affect her anymore. Brooke has just more recently entered the public eye, so it's unclear whether she's really less problematic than Tana or just hasn't had enough time to catch up. I love how honest and funny this podcast is, and I seriously recommend if you want to hear some crazy stories. They've honestly helped me get over lots of embarrassing moments in my own life because nothing even remotely compares to the stories they have to tell. It does still feel like I'm taking a huge risk recommending this podcast, so just a PSA so we can stay PC. If they get canceled again, whatever they did, I do not support it. I do, however, support you all having a great week and seeing you next time. Bye.
Gaming isn't a subject we touch on a lot here at The Real Deal, but as a host on Ball State's premier entertainment news show, when I find something entertaining, I will talk about it. And today, that it is Disco Elysium. As far as stories go, Disco Elysium is one of, if not my favorite story ever, whether that be a book, movie, TV show, or game. Every aspect of Disco Elysium is spectacular and adds volumes to the storytelling, from the voice acting, to the art, to the music. I don't want to talk about the story too much, as even the main character's name is something you have to figure out, but here's what I can tell you without spoiling too much. You are a detective sent to Martinez, a fictional city, to solve a murder. You arrive in Martinez before your partner, sent from another precinct, does, and you take this time to get absolutely hammered. When the game starts, you have the mother of all hangovers and can't remember anything, including your name, what you look like, and anything about your past. Past that, I can't tell you much without dampening the experience, but I do recommend you play this game, or at the very least, listen to the phenomenal soundtrack. Thank you, and goodbye.
As always, thanks for watching, loyal viewers. Not sure, this barely qualifies as a news show at this point.
Come on, we have our moments. But if for some reason you want to see more from us here at The Real Deal, then check us out on Instagram, Twitter, or if you're from Gen X, Facebook is technically a viable option for all things entertainment. Thanks for watching. I'm Dawson.
And I'm still the better host, Rosemary.
Son of a...